Feed a Loon. I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My fishy loon.
I knew you were going to say that.
You're kind of fishy.
Well, loons like to eat fish.
Well, that's true. That is true. So we are feeding you some fish
Yes.
today. We're doing seafood. Yay.
Love it. Love
and
it.
we're
Love it.
also doing Italian. Let's just tell them real quick what we're doing. We're doing
Seared Haddock with mushroom agrodolce.
So we here at How to Feed a Loon, we love to share with you some of our favorite comfort food types of recipes. And every now and then we're like, let's do something that maybe you guys haven't heard of, or you haven't cooked, or maybe you have. But anyway, an agrodolce is an Italian, it's really a condiment.
Like a condiment, yeah.
And dolce, which means sweet. Like in music, it's a sweet melodic music.
Yes.
It's a sweet and sour sauce. It's kind of like in Chinese cooking.
Good.
You got that sweet and sour.
Yes.
So it's just amazing.
I love it so much.
And
even though it's fish, it's so comforting.
Even though it's fish. Even though it's fish. No, it's so good. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the haddock.
Well, I mean, this sauce is used, you can use it in many dishes. It's great with poultry. It's great with meat, pork.
Yeah.
It's great. It's very commonly just done in Italy with just cipollini onions. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. But let's talk about the haddock.
Yeah, look at these guys. I love haddock because it's not fishy at all.
It's really not. And so haddock is one of those that you may not find at your supermarket, fish market, or seafood counter. But most people know Whole Foods in the North America. You can find them there. If they're frozen, that's okay for this. It's all right.
Yep.
But there are other perfectly great substitutes.
Yes, like cod. Grouper's a good one. Grouper.
Cod is cod is what's used in like fish and chips usually, and it's another one that's not fishy tasting, and it's not expensive. And so this recipe makes 4, but it's just the 2 of us, so we're just showing you just the 2.
So good. And so these are 2 fillets, and I'm just going to put some oil on both sides, and then after that. Well, let me just flip them over really quick.
Well, no, go ahead and salt and pepper.
Oh, okay.
So you oil it with a little bit of olive oil, and then you hit them with a little bit of salt and pepper on both sides. So now, let's jump over here to this, what we've got going here.
He's pushing me right along.
Gotta keep it moving. Because another great thing about this, it's fish, so it cooks very quickly. I love it.
Yes.
There's not a ton of prep. It's so easy, and it's so...
I love it so much.
Amazing. Okay, so let's talk about this skillet of beautifulness. So first of all, I mentioned cipollini onions. They're in the family of of like a yellow sweet onion, which is great. They can be a little difficult to find. I made this a few days ago and had no problem finding it. I went back to the market; they're out of it.
Yeah,
so
completely.
So, but you can. What are even more common to find are pearl onions. See if you can find fresh. They're easy to find in the frozen section, but if you can find some that are in the produce section, which you probably can, there's golden ones, there's white ones. They're all in the same family. They all work. So they're going to have the skin on it. So the way to easily remove that skin is just get a little pot of boiling water, and then you're going to drop them in. So the pearl onions are smaller than the cipollini, so I go with, say, about a cup of whatever that is, whatever size you've got. If it's cipollinis, it's probably going to be 6 or 8. If they're pearl onions, it's probably going to be like 12. And then you just put those in the hot water for literally just 60 seconds, and then you get a sieve to remove them, and then when they're cool enough to handle, then you just take a knife and cut off the one end, and then you cut off the other end, and then you go...
Yeah, be careful though. Those can get away from you.
Especially if you do it this way, it'll go right in your eye.
And then you can either put them in your agrodolce sauce or in your martini.
Martini, I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, they're so delicious and so flavorful. Okay, so that's and now they're ready to cook. Now what we're going to do is the mushroom part of the agrodolce sauce. So we love going with just whole mushrooms in this. You can quarter them, you could slice them, but in this recipe, I think, let me get this going here.
I think they're small enough that you can leave them whole.
You can leave them whole. So what I do is I just get a skillet this size, and then I hit it with about 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil. Start with 3, and then dump your onions in there, and then dump your mushrooms in there, and then just start letting them cook. And they're going to, scoot them around every little bit, and they're going to start to char a little bit, which is, look at, like the onions, you want that little bit of brown. That's beautiful. And they're just going to soften up on you, and they're going to be so incredibly delicious.
good.
That takes about anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes. So they're not finished cooking yet, but this is so good, we could sit here and eat this.
Yes, totally.
But we are now, and I didn't say, you should also hit these with a little salt and pepper when you first dump
sure,
them.
yep.
Okay, so now we're going to add, this is the tart, the sour, I guess you would say.
Yes.
This is a half a cup of good quality balsamic.
Yes, I love balsamic.
And now we need the sweet, and this is, ooh, boy, I smell it. The tablespoon and a half of just granulated sugar. If you like it more on the sweet side, you could go 2 tablespoons, but we think this is the perfect combination. So
Ooh,
this is what's going to happen. This only needs to cook for about,
smells so good.
I know the smell is just intoxicating.
I love balsamic.
It literally only goes for about 3 minutes, and then it's going to thicken up just a little bit, and then we're going to sear off the haddock, and then we bake it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay.
All right.
My gosh, the smell! I just can't believe how great this smells.
good.
So we've got this beautiful, beautiful bowl here now. Look at those mushrooms. So what we did was it literally went about 3 to 4 minutes.
And sorry, it's gotten a little thicker too.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So I was getting to that. So when you cook it, it's going to really reduce down and become almost syrupy, and it's ridiculously
so good. I can't wait.
Okay, so now we transfer. What we did is when it got to that point, we just transferred it into this little bowl, and now we're going to sear this haddock, and it's fish, so it doesn't take long.
Up.
Yes.
If there's skin, you want.
Well,
skin side.
there's a little layer. There's gonna be a little bit of skin on, even if there's not much skin. You want to do that skin side up.
Okay.
And this is just gonna sear for about 4 minutes. You just want to get a nice sear on the bottom, and then we're gonna finish it off in the oven. So, okay, beautiful. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, you're gonna get a little
seared.
We have seared these beautifully. All right, so you want to do this?
Sure.
So
when I'm going to flip them over.
Yeah. So you only sear one side.
Right. Sorry.
And that's.
You just turn it over here.
Just flip it over into an oven.
Oh, that looks great.
Beautiful. You got it?
Yes.
So this is so great. It comes together so quickly, and it's such an elegant, incredible.
Right.
Yeah, you got it.
Hold on, I don't want to break it.
You're not going to break it. Oh, I know.
There we go.
Look how gorgeous that is. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to pour that. Just pour it over it. It's okay.
Drizzle it all over the place. I'm sorry. I like to create a beautiful picture.
Okay. Okay, and now we've got fresh thyme. Just do some sprigs. What this is going to do is just going to give it a little bit of accent of flavor. You're going to discard it after we're done.
That's gorgeous.
And
That's gorgeous already.
I know. And then it's going to go into the oven. It's only going to take anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and then it's ready to eat.
Yay, let's do it.
Oh,
yes.
My gosh, the smell is so crazy. Okay.
I just love the smell of balsamic. There's something about it.
I know, and fresh thyme.
Yes.
I mean, is that not one of the most beautiful dishes you've ever seen?
Scoot it over just a little bit more.
What?
Perfect there.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous?
That is gorgeous.
That is just crazy, crazy beautiful. And
it looks very autumnal as well.
It is autumnal. That's what I was going to say. That's what I love about this.
Oh, the thyme smells so good.
I know. So you can just go ahead and discard this. I've got a little extra thyme here that we're going to garnish with. So, okay. So beautiful. All right.
Yeah.
Let's plate this now.
Here you go.
So just kind of do it this way with a nice long spatula, just because that fish is so perfectly cooked,
Hold on,
but it is a little
some
tender.
First.
Okay.
And we'll figure out which one I'm going to eat.
Well, oh my gosh, I am crazy about this dish. This is okay. So this. Obviously, these mushrooms are heavenly, deliciously good, and the onions are a wonderful side dish. But I would also recommend serving this along with something else like roasted Brussels sprouts are really good. Like he said, this is a great autumnal type dish, so you could do roasted root vegetables are really good. Okay. Oh my! I am always salivating, but for this time, I just can't take it.
Come on over here and put some of that on here.
Okay. I'm a-coming. All right, let's do this. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Now,
I'm gonna just hit it with just a little bit of fresh thyme on top.
so great.
Chopped thyme.
And the heat from the fish, that'll kind of cook it a little bit too, right? The thyme.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I know. That was-
Okay, y'all. Take a look at that.
It's crazy.
Isn't that just look like comfort? And it's fancy, so I got my sparkly napkins.
Yeah.
This could totally impress your friends. And look at how quickly it came together.
And it came to, so the Agrodolce can be made in advance. All you got to do is then just sear your fish, your cod or your haddock. Go ahead. I know.
Yay. Oh, look at how wonderful look at how flaky that is.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of a mushroom.
Yeah.
A little bit of a onion and a little bit of fish.
Oh. I know. I love doing I love doing like Philly cheesesteaks and things like that. That
is comfort. That is so good. That is, I'm just gonna eat these, the mushroom.
I know, the mushrooms.
I'll tell you though, this haddock is so good.
I know.
I love fish that's not fishy. And this is perfect. It's a little figure friendly.
Well, that's it. It is true. This is health. I mean, it's got a little bit of sugar in it. There's some calories in that. And you're like,
no balsamic yet.
Yeah. Maybe want to eat this with a bit.
Wow, all right, I gotta stop eating this.
Okay, yeah.
So first of all, the sweet and the sour is perfect. It is like this wonderful, this mixture of everything. And it's 100% Loon approved.
Yes! Oh, good. Oh, that means I get to eat. Oh, look
And
at
the onions in there
Yeah.
are so good.
That haddock is so flaky and so. It's, oh my God. It's
Yeah.
almost buttery tasting.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's incredible.
So good.
Every time I bite into this, and it's just, we're blown away at how good it is. It's so impressive.
And the thyme is just perfect.
I know, if you've got the time,
I was waiting.
I've got the fish.
Wow, y'all. Now you can get this recipe on howtofeedaloon.com.
I'm going to go out and say this is one of the best things we've made in a while.
Yes, it's so good and it's so fancy.
It's very fancy. It's very impressive. So go to our social media, like us, share us, do all of that great stuff. Have a little adventure and make agrodolce sauce. I mean, how many times have you said, I'm going to go home and make some agrodolce sauce?
Yeah, and it sounds like, oh gosh, she's going to spend a lot of time in the kitchen.
Boy, she's a good cook. I don't know about that. Anyway, all right, bye, y'all. We
Love y'all.
you.
Woo! Make some haddock.
Hey, everybody.
Hi guys! Now if you want to be a part of the Loon Fun, make sure you subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you won't miss a single recipe.
Oh, that's right. And if you want another amazing seafood recipe like this one, then just click right here.
That's right, click.
You just click.
And subscribe.
And subscribe.
Click subscribe.